I'm going to show you how to put this automatic transmission shift linkage back on this 1999 Tercel. Start off with, you're going to come in through your passenger side door, pull back your carpet, and you'll see this little hole. Now, if you uninstalled this yourself, you should be able to reinstall it. No problem. But if you haven't, just watch this video in reverse. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the end that connects to the transmission and you're going to shove it through this hole in the firewall. Make sure that this wire, or this cable rather, is straight and not grabbing onto anything, because you're going to need to pull it through, and it might be a little difficult if you're doing it by yourself and it keeps grabbing onto things. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it down there, but it's that little white looking thing right about there. Right about there. There, you can see it much better now. Pointing to it with my crowbar. You're going to grab that all the way from down there. Bring it right here, up and over this water hose. And then it will connect down to your transmission down there. We are now underneath the vehicle where you can have a much better view at the shift linkage and where it is. It's a little cramped underneath here. I may not be able to record this, and if I can't, I really do apologize. I'm going to try and do my best here. A big man in a little space underneath this cart. Now, you don't want to damage this at all. You're just going to gently pull it through best you can, at least until you can grab it from the top of the engine bay. And there you go. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you how I pulled it through, but you might want to take this air box off here to make your life just a little bit easier. But I did get it up over top of that water line and pulled through. As you can see, it's not snagged on anything on the interior there. Now I'm just going to get this thing hooked up. Make sure that when you're hooking it up, sorry about that, I don't know if you can see it, that the lever here, right there, is that it's in park. You can pull it up. All the way up would be your low gear. All the way down is park. So make sure it's in park. Make your life a hell of a lot easier. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the bracket. Make sure it faces the proper way, which is downwards. This is the proper way. And you're just going to take your bolts, screw them in hand tight. Now you don't want to go wrenching anything down just yet, because this could still shift. Sorry, this could still shift. So you want to make sure that you don't go wrenching anything down so that you can still move it a little bit. Once you get that in there, go ahead, put your wrench on there, or your whatever. Go ahead and tighten her on down. Now once you've got the bracket on, you can go ahead and put your cable down. I'm sorry I wasn't able to record that. That required two hands. And you're going to make sure the vehicle is in park. And you're going to put that bolt, grab the nut and put the nut on there. Might be easier for you to get it from the bottom. Some people might be easier to get it from the top. Whatever way works for you. You're going to snug that on down. I don't know what torque specs are, what the torque specs are, and honestly I don't even care. I just want to get it snug down on there, and I know it's not really going to go anywhere once it rusts over. I almost forgot to say, you're going to want to take your clip here and slide it on underneath this bracket right here. probably going to take two hands, so I won't be able to record it, but at least you can see what I'm doing here. Now, as you can see, I've gotten that clip in there, and I'm just going to take my pry bar and keep hitting around in there, because there really isn't any room to swing a hammer. A little lubrication might help you as well. There you go. Next I'll be attaching the nut back onto this bolt here. I'm sorry if you really can't see it. Right there. And then I'm going into the interior to button everything up in there. Now, I made a goof here when I told you how to install the cable. I told you to go in this way and out. Well, going out is fine, but what you have to do is go under the control module here. So, instead of taking it all out and doing it all over again, what I did here was came out to the engine bay and just pulled this through as much as possible. Then went back into the interior there and fished it right underneath the control module there. Now hopefully you watch the whole video before you do this and you won't make the same silly mistake as what I just did. As you can see, I've got that bolt on there now. Just going to get that bolted up, and I'll be in the interior. Back on the interior side here, I got my stubby and I got my screws. Push this bracket with its rubber grommet back up. Not sure if I'll be able to get a shot of this either. It's a little stuck there. Yeah. And then you're just going to line up the holes here like you would anything else that you take it apart, put them back together. This isn't going to work very well. Hopefully I can just get these in with one hand, and I probably can. There we go. The other one. Take your stubby, and even it's a little tight in here with your stubby, and start screwing them in. Next I'll be on the outside installing the outside bracket, and I probably won't be able to get any video of this because it's such a pain in the ass to get at the two bolts that are here, because the steering rack is blocking this side. So it's pretty difficult to get at, and you might be at it for a while, but don't give up. Don't give up. I'm going to show you how to put a rubber gasket on and its retainer. What you're going to do is just take them up, line them up like this. It's a lot easier to show you how to do it on here right now. Now for this, it comes open like that. You're just going to slip it right on over top of your line like this. And it will just slide on there. Like so. Only you're going to have to do it to the firewall. Down here. So here we are underneath the car again. There is your shift wire, cord, cable, whatever you want to call it. And that's where you have to get it into. Into that hole there with those nuts have to go in there. So unfortunately I won't be able to get a video of this. Hopefully this gives you a good enough idea though of how to put this back in. This will probably be the most difficult part, especially getting this one bolted on this side here. This one, that one right there, that bugger. So best of luck. Don't give up. Now here comes the much easier part of actually installing your shift linkage and everything. Fortunately, this may take two hands. I may not be able to do this, but it appears I am. Have to get your actual shifter back on there, nice and straight. And now this little buddy comes all the way around to this side. Connects right there. Connects right there. Right on there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, connect these wires, these two wires to here and in this box. I'm going to put this clip on here to ensure that this doesn't move. And bolt everything back down. Alright, I got everything lined up here. I had to pop up my vents here, but they're easy. They just pop right on and off. As you can see, a little hairy. Go ahead and put your bolts down. Make sure that they're actually biting into the hole though. It's a little difficult. Gonna have to put this down. There you go. I got it started now. You can go ahead and just put those in. Now this is going into plastic, so you don't want to go all Hulk Hogan on it. And go all Hulkamania. Because you're gonna break something if you do that. Once you've got all your bolts in, you can go ahead and connect that. Now I waited to connect that because you still have to play around with that cable back there to really get this in properly. So, get these bolts in, and I'll be back. Now, once you got everything all bolted up nice and secure, use some Vaseline or lithium grease or whatever the heck you want to use to get that sucker on there. Make sure it's nice and tight. What you're going to do is then, hopefully you'll have a nice assistant. And they'll be able to watch the cable move up and down. Now hopefully I can position this in such a way that it will work. I do not think it will. Alright, I believe this is probably the best I can do for you. That's what you're going to be watching right there. It's our little friend right there. I'm going to go shift gears and you can watch it move up and down. That's all there is to it. We are now back in business. Put the interior back together. And it's like nothing ever happened. I hope this video was informative or helpful to you in any way. Remember, if you don't know how to take it out, you can always watch this video and just do everything in reverse. Again, I hope this helped you. Have a great day.